Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. When a struggle or test comes towards a mureed, how does a mureed know if it's a test or a punishment for a wrongdoing one may have committed?
Sit in the presence of your Shaykh long enough, listen to the sohbats. Because in reality, it is not a test and it is not a punishment. It is just your life. It's just the results of your actions. Allah only tests His prophets. Very, very high level ones. Awliya Allah, Allah may put a test to them. Allah is not going to test weak ones that He knows is going to fail right away. Our Lord is a merciful Lord. He is not a tyrant. You understand? Some unusual things may happen to people here and there, that there is no looking here, there, there's no, that is a test. And you're supposed to pass that test. And Allah is the owner of everything to bring your station higher. Punishment. What punishment are we getting? Really? Huh? We're doing disobedience, wrong things left and right 24 hours. Really? We're getting punished? Whatever that we're doing in our lives as difficulties, so many of us, it is just because of the results of our actions, in our thinking, in our attitude. If it is a test, we will fail. If it is a punishment, we will all finish. If Allah is punishing us, we will all finish. The Shaykh, now, the Shaykh testing directly is one thing. The Shaykh not directly testing is another thing. Other ones doing it, setting up the situation is another thing also. It is nothing that is so simple. Yes, everything is coming from that one. But there are things that are direct and there are things that are indirect also. One time, one murid, mashallah, Shaykh made one nikah for him. Yeah. And the Shaykh then, the nikah, the murida, they are there. And then the murid saying, with your permission, my Shaykh, we will go home. Shaykh look at him and smile. He says, if you like to go home. Because you just made the nikah. He went home. He came back knowing that the Shaykh is very upset with him. Now, things can be direct, things can be indirect. And if you're close to the Shaykh now, you're going to be very sensitive to everything. You're going to watch, and when you are more looking, more shaitan, your ego is going to say, no, it's because of this. Because that's the time you need to more consult with people also. You cannot, maybe the Shaykh is just going to step back and say, you cannot come. More you have to see, more you have to listen. Because now the Shaykh being upset with you also, it's not just because of one thing and then suddenly he gets upset. No, he warns, he says something, he indicates 1, 2, 3, sometimes more than that. Still, the murid is not waking up. Now, this is not about whether he made a mistake or he doesn't make a mistake. Maybe the thing that he's doing, it is very, very small. But this is about him being awake and connected. You understand? It's about him being awakened. It's not about whether he made the mistake or he didn't make the mistake. No, it's not about the nikah. It's about him being connected to the Shaykh and knowing what is the Shaykh's pleasure and displeasure. There's another murid. He's saying, now is a holy night, but some other poor murid he's helping to have a wedding the next day. So no one, he's the only one doing it, saying, so what do I do? He says, go. He went, middle of the night, saying astaghfirullah, not wanting to go, but seeing that he's the only one who's going to help to set up a wedding, you understand? He's going, but spent half the night circling around the village, lost. Next day, look at the Shaykh, put his head down. Shaykh just says, what happened? Said, this is what's happened, my Shaykh. Says, I didn't do anything. Say, they're not liking it. Because whatever the Shaykh is doing also, there are others also that's looking at us. Of course. Other ones too. And other ones may say, okay, now I'm going to give him something. But he has to go through some things. The other one saying, I'm going to give him something else. So, I don't want to open up too much, but it happens like that, you understand? So how are you going to know? Don't think there is a test or a punishment. Everything good that happens to you, do know that it's coming from Allah. Anything bad that happens to you, to know that it's coming from your ego. First step. Only step for a murid, you should be happy with that. I say it's my mistake. Because for billions of people, they will never admit any mistake. You know, like that? No, it's someone else's fault. If they say, yeah, it's my fault, but this one did it, this one did it, this is one. If this one didn't do, then I wouldn't do. You understand? They don't put themselves first to say. Understanding? Because it's very dangerous. The work we're doing is very heavy, it's very delicate also. And those ones that are selected to be in the front lines, they have to be very strong. Yeah. And so many other things. Which is not to say that you're going to be completely spotless, pure, you cannot know. They are so real that they say, most important thing is your connection. Most important thing is your submission. They can cover you with so many other things, weaknesses that you're doing. As long as you don't have any doubt, you don't have any disobedience, non-submission, and you do your work. They say it's very easy for us to cover like this, cover like that. Inshallah, may be accepted. Assalamu alaikum.